Greetings. This is your host, Michaela Rena of Wednesday Moon. Join me each week as we learn the energy of the daily tarot reading coupled with the elements of food to help assist in our evolution, happiness, and personal well-being. Greetings, it's Wednesday Moon with your host, Michaela Rena Tindaji, and welcome to this week's edition of Kitchen Tarot. Thank you. Well, I am not cooking on my stove. Today is Friday. However, I am cooking up something. This actually is from my daughter, Lydia. She is so adorable. She was up late the other night, and when I came into the kitchen, she thought she cleaned up. And she did, for the most part. But the counter was sticky, and I was like, what is this on the counter? Like, I can see that there's something on the counter. And so I just proceeded to just wipe everything down. So she comes downstairs, she goes, oh my gosh, Mommy, I found the perfect recipe for my hands. I said, you did? And I'm thinking in my head, it's probably some scrub or something. She goes, it's a scrub, and it's with honey. And I said, yeah, I know. She goes, how did you know? I said, it was all over the counter. She goes, no, I cleaned up after my... I cleaned up after myself. I said, yeah, well, whatever you cleaned up, it was still left on the counter. So tell me about your scrub. So she told me, and then she did it. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is so adorable. And it's so simple. And the beautiful thing is that it can be used on your body, on your full body, or you can use it on your face. So it's really good for the face. And there are 3 ingredients. Milk. So I use coconut milk, okay, and brown sugar, and honey. Ta-da! So why are those elements being called into our world today? Well, the card reading is really interesting and good. And this is Friday's review of the week. So I'm really glad the cards popped up. So I'm going to talk about the cards while I am mixing together these beautiful ingredients. And notice that there's only 3 ingredients. So 3 is a primary number of communication. It's sacredness, holy. And so this is that's the indicator that something is very sacred, something very holy. You should take time to review the sacredness of the messages that you've received this week. Okay, now the first card that I pulled today is 5 of Cups. Check that out. Look at that. Isn't that interesting? Okay, that is the first one. The second cup that the second card that I pulled is the Ace of Cups. So yes, can you see what the theme is today? It is cups. Ace of Cups. So we're dealing with emotion and spiritual awareness today. And the third card I pulled is 2 of Wands. Wow. So I'm going to pull that forward because it lets us know that something's coming in and that we have choices. So we're going to talk about this in just one moment. So let's talk about this beautiful honey mix that we've got. So I'm going to go ahead and pour that in here. I've got my bowl that I'm pouring in my coconut milk. So coconut is nurturing. We know as women, we use coconut. We use coconut for our hair, our skin, our to cook with. It's very nutritional. But coconuts are like literally like the nougat of life. When you think of coconuts, you think richness. It is nurturing. It's nourishing. So therefore, that's what's being called into this energy of the day, to nourish yourself, to nurture yourself. Okay, then we've got brown sugar, and sugar is connected to, sometimes it can be connected to covering over or masking over pain, emotional pain. But when you're using it, and that's when you're eating a lot of it. So if you start craving to eat, when you're sad and people will say, oh my gosh, I just could eat a tub of ice cream. That's what's happening. However, in this case, this is really about nurturing the soul and acknowledging the sweetness of life, okay? And pampering yourself with that. And again, honey, and this comes from our beautiful bees. And the bee has such an amazing story. It says that all life came literally through the bee. And the woman is likened to that of the bee. And she pollinates and nurtures her family and loves her colony of friends, family, lovers, children, etc. So I'm just going to mix this together, and it's really gritty. It's not smooth at all. It is completely dissolved. You might have a few little chunks of sugar left in there, but I'm going to let it sit just for a little bit so that I can make sure that all of the elements are completely agreeable so that I can use it. And I'm just going to use it as a hand scrub, just as my daughter did. So, however, again, you can use it as a body scrub, and you can use it as a facial scrub. Now, one of the things, because it has milk, you might want to preserve these. So if you want, and this is going to be a fun little thing, you can take, let me get this, a muffin pan, little the minis, and fill that up and freeze them so you can save it for later. Now, I'm going to tell you, the freezing may be just because it is a liquid, it should freeze. However, they will, after a certain amount of time, come to a liquid state again. However, this will keep your items so that whatever you make, you don't have to waste it, and you can go grab one for a later date or later use and enjoy your sugar scrub, your brown sugar scrub that's with your coconut milk, so that it doesn't go bad, okay? So I'm going to let that sit right there. Very good. Okay, so let's talk about these 5 of cups. 5 of cups. Wow. This is review. This is things that you've been dealing with this week. We've had some disappointments. Earlier this week, this card showed up like this. And again, there was some loss, and you really needed to take inventory. However, this card is the upswing of that. So you've done your meditation, your contemplation, your inner study of what has gone on in your last week, and why you why certain decisions caused certain results. And so now you're picking up the pieces. However, here this person is very, very thankful, has much gratitude for being, I'm going to use a term very loosely, spared. They've been cared for. Now, there is a person right there. I'm going to show you the person. The person is a tree. Okay, so whenever I see trees, I think people. So there's someone that literally is willing to be a foundation, resource, shade, and protection for this individual, so that they have something to stand up on or stand up with, okay? So that is somebody that you've noticed in your week who really is looking out for your best interest. They desire your success. They desire your well-being. And they're not afraid to be the shade for you, or to be the covering, or to be the resource. They're not afraid. They may not have a lot, because if you notice that the tree is thin. I mean, you know, the trunk is thin. So what I'm going to tell you is probably not someone that you've known in your life a long time. However, you do know the person, and they are getting to know you very well, and they are becoming the resource for you. They're showing you that they have the foliage, they have the resources, and they're willing to connect to you. So literally, put your hand around the trunk and around the neck of that tree and stand up. So that's what this card, this is this past week. Okay, but now, ta-da, we are today, Ace of Cups. Oh my gosh. And so, you know, we're in the Mercury retrograde, and then look at these moons, and we have the new moon. And so the new moon is literally about releasing people, conditions, concerns, situations, circumstances, events that do not serve our best interest. That's what that new moon is about. However, you're in the retrograde, so that means that you're going to need to really pay attention as to what is walking in your life and why it's calling your attention. Because there's some unfinished business that needs to be dealt with within you. They're just the mirror of that. However, look at that card. I love this card. Oh, what you are desiring, your feelings is what is manifesting your life right now. So be very, very attentive as to what you are feeling, because exactly what you're feeling is coming into fruition quickly. Now you notice the cup is on the ocean of water. So it's at the lower end, so that's the emotional body. So I'm going to say that if you notice it's golden, which says that you are mastering your emotions. You're learning how to master that. This is a good thing. So the eye is beaming down into the cup and also into the waters, which says that now you are truly the observer of all that is manifesting, and you're the observer of your own emotional state. You're taking accountability for it. You're watching, you're seeing how even your own thing, your own thoughts, your own words are making things happen. And just even magical. The moon, literally, if you notice that it goes from the new moon all the way to a full moon. I love this because what this is saying, the new moon literally is quiet. It's the hidden part of your spirit. It's the hidden part of the core person that you are. It's what you don't want everybody to see. That's the hidden part, right? Okay. This is the true you. However, you notice that it rises all the way to the full moon, being fully exposed, being okay in who you are, being okay in your skin. This is important. This is absolutely important as you evolve. And this is what's happening today. So good things are coming in, resourceful things, happy things. You are making that happen, okay? So let me just tell you, you are the power. It doesn't matter what root worker you go to or what Vodun or witch or whoever. You are the power. You are the one doing it because it's your thoughts. Even as I give affirmations, I'm not saying the affirmation for you. I created an affirmation and then gave it to you for you to say, correct? But it's you who's saying it. It's you who's doing it. It's you who believes it. It's you who starts to know it. That is amazing. And when you are in your knowing space that, oh my gosh, I did this thing, or I spoke on this thing and it came true, then you are the master crafter in your world. And yes, can you use the assistance of this Vodun and this priestess and that witch and this Nana and this Boku? Yes, absolutely. Because they are all in knowing with you that it gets done. So I want to encourage you. Yes, if that's what you need to go to and talk to somebody, they are the support to let you know these things do come true. But know that when you, within yourself, begin to take hold of your power at the knowing self, that's when you have become the master crafter. Very good. Now, ta-da! We have the Two of Wands. This is an interesting card. There's a lot of stuff going on here. This is going forward, okay? Yeah, going into our weekend. Okay, there are two, I'm going to pull it up close so that you can see that. There are two beautiful bucks. One's a deer, one's a buck. Okay. There's two paths, and this is the person in the south, and we've got the east and the west. You've got the ancestors flying over the top of the mountain, and you've got some clarity and some spiritual, a spiritual path over here to the west. Now, what is really interesting about this card is that neither two sides are better than the other, but you may need to discern what is coming into your life that you may want to walk this way as opposed to that way. Now, I noticed that on one side there's this huge mountain, and this beautiful buck comes out of this mountain. Okay, so if you take that path, it's almost as if saying, I can see what my obstacles are. I can see what they are. And I'm willing to go this route with this person knowing what the challenges or what the obstacles are, because it's very apparent. I know what the challenges are. I know what their obstacles are. I don't have to guess at it. I know what we will have to deal with. Okay, so you may choose to go that path. However, some people may be in a place where they're struggling and they're having difficulty getting over some obstacles, so they just want some relief. Okay, so the other road, if you notice, there's a lot of foliage right here, right there, and there's very little mountain in the back, but there's the buck right there. Okay. Now, what's interesting is that there is a mountain back there. However, you can't see it. So I'm going to tell you, even though it looks good, it looks resourceful, it looks like peace, it looks like love, it looks like a good opportunity, I'm going to tell you, in the long run, you're going to run into some serious circumstances that will make you wish you had taken the other path. Okay. Now, if you notice that the ancestors, I call them ancestors because the blackbirds are connected to the Getty, and the Getty are Loa, and that is ancestral. So they're up at the top of that mountain. Now, you can look at this card that they're flying towards this area over here, or they're packed this way and they're going this way. And, you know, what I know about my ancestors, what I know, and I'm saying my personal ancestors, what I know about them is they have always said, the old ones in my family, deal with the BS now. Like, get that all out the way so you know what you're dealing with. So even though something may appear to be a very difficult struggle, it might be the best option to take because you are aware of what the issues are up front. You don't have to guess about that person or the business or the circumstance. You don't. It's not necessary. Yes, both roads will have some sort of obstacles. However, it's better to know what you've got already than someone or something that you have no clue about that you'll have to learn. I'm going to tell you that it's somebody that's coming into your life. Okay, so this is a person. In the next few days, someone's walking into your life, and not just one person. You've got two or three options. So you're not a person without options. So if you ever thought you were a person without options, there's never a person without options. You have options here. So while you are looking at the options, I want you to review whether the person that's coming into your space is your best option, and look at what it is. That also means that you have to be upfront. That person has to know what you are about. Now, if you notice the young man that's in the lower part, he's in the southern region. Okay, so he's in a place of protection. Okay, the southern region of the card, and he's come out of the bush. That means he's fully exposing himself. That means you need to be fully open. You need to say what it is about you. If you are trying to start a new business, you need to say that to whoever it is that's walking into your space. If you are without a job, you need to say that. If you just got out of a relationship, you need to say that. If you were still in a relationship, you need to say that to that person and giving them the opportunity to be able to see you fully and be able to say, okay, I accept the challenge or the obstacles in my path in regards to you. So you have to be that same person that you want the new person's coming in to be. You're going to be able to see the obstacles and be able to discern how you want to walk in those obstacles. However, I will tell you that the Getty are sitting over the obstacle that is evident, which means just get to business, and that may be the best choice. So whoever's coming into your life in the next couple of days, whoever these people are that are coming into your life, new love, new person, new business opportunity, it's opportunities, and new persons, look at it. And if there's somebody that you have been connecting with in the last couple of weeks, months, really look and say, okay, well, I know this person well enough. I know what their circumstances are. I need to walk this way. But take the time to review it and enjoy it. Like, love the attention, love the space that you're in. Okay, so I am going to pour some of this. Let me get another bowl because I want to be able to pour this into my bowl so that you can see it as I'm scrubbing my hands. Okay, That's so much fun. So this is my sugary, woo, so that you can see the consistency. Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay, so I just wanted you to see the consistency of what I was pouring. Okay, I'm going to put that right there. And I'm just going to rub my hands. My daughter did this for about 5 minutes, so we're not going to do it 5 minutes here. However, I just wanted you to see that this is what you would do. And you would rub your hands. Now, this is a fun thing. So when you have guests come over to your house in your guest restroom, these are frozen. You can put them on a cute little dish. And it literally put a little sign that says, scrub me, I love you, right there, so that as they wash their hands, they can actually have a nice little scrub. They will come out feeling love, and their dealings and their conversation with you will be even sweeter than it had started. And so this is a beautiful accent to an event. So there you go. Ta-da! I'm shiny. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse my hands. And I'm going to rinse them thoroughly because we know that, look at, ta-da. Okay, we know that honey has the propensity to be sticky even after we have taken the time to rinse our hands or wash our faces or whatever. Okay, so I should have done just one hand, but they're really nice. I love it. It's got a shiny, soft sheen to my hands, and it feels good. Now, what I will tell you is that if you want a more grittier consistency, just add more brown sugar, okay? And I am going to freeze that because I want to be able to save that for another time. I'm actually going to make some that hasn't been touched by my hands, and then I'll save that and put it in my little disposable muffin pan, and I am going to put them in the freezer for a later date so that I can just pop one out and I can use it on my body, my face, or my hands, or put some in the restroom for my guest. Well, with that being said, you have an amazing weekend. This is Michaela Rena with the Kitchen to Row. I'm glad you've stopped by this week, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday with the exciting reading of the day. Okay, have an amazing weekend. Ashe.